welcome to the Utica Curling Club channel. This is Championship Sunday morning at the 2018 Kayser Bonspiel. We'll crown the 2018 mixed champion for 5 and under curlers today. I'm Roger Roulette, and I'm here with David Cragnolan.
Good morning, everybody.
And the teams are processing onto the sheets. 6 final events going today, 4 medal events. These are the last 8 teams of 42 that competed in this year's Kayser.
Some had a hard way of getting there, too. I think there's a couple teams out there that have played. This would be their 7th game, I believe.
Yeah, if they went through the D event, they were in the C event, they were playing a lot of games.
Yep.
But I'm sure they're going to be happy to be here this morning.
Oh, yeah, you get out there with the smell of the fresh ice and the pipers playing, and it's always a festive occasion to make a Sunday morning in a curling tournament, let alone the 5 and under. There's been some great curling going on this weekend, too, so hats off to all the teams that have made it and to those who didn't.
Yeah, tough to make it here with 42 teams. Quite an accomplishment just to get this far.
Mike DeMeo, fellow Utica curler, with a beautiful rendition of our national anthem on his golden trumpet. Very nicely done, Mike.
And now for the traditional taste of Sunday.
Drambuie, the choice of shot. However, it does not have to be. Those who choose to not have alcohol can have apple juice or ginger ale or something like that.
Yep.
Brenda Citroniti, co-chair of the event, has just offered the ice to the curlers, and will be started underway here soon.
Yeah, Brenda and her team have run an outstanding event.
Yes, they have. Hats off. I think everything went off pretty much without a hitch, and sometimes in curling tournaments that's not the case, but a wonderful job done by Brenda and crew.
All right, before we get underway, let's run down all the teams that have made Sunday morning on sheet 1 in our E-event final. We have Utica 3 against Philly 3. I think that's Israel Acosta's team from Utica. On sheet 2, our B-event final. Triangle 1, Broomstones 4. Our feature match, of course, is our Championship A final match between Cape Cod 1 with the Yellow Rocks and Triangle 4 with the Blue Rocks. On sheet 4, our C event final, Norfolk 1 versus Philly 4. On sheet 5, our D event, that was a long road for those teams, Triangle 2 versus Potomac 3. And on sheet 6, our F event final between Rochester 2 and Long Island. Quite a few Triangle teams here in our finals today.
Yes, there is.
3 out of their 4 teams making Sunday.
Very nice. So our A final event. We're down to the A finals here, and it's between Triangle 4, which is skipped by Trevor Gow. Vice is Emma Kwiatkowski. The second is Chris Wishart, and the lead is Leah Ankowitz. Cape Cod 1, skipped by Mark Wilson, viced by Dana Gerlach. The second is Mark Boardman, and the lead is Francesca Delafemin.
There we go. And there's your lineup. Just about to get underway, and it looks like Triangle 4 with the Blue Rocks will have the hammer in the first end.
As always, we hope that the final game is a closely played game. It's always fun when it's a shot-for-shot type game, and we're underway. Ice looks pretty quick off the get-go here.
Yep, fresh scrape this morning.
And they're going right on the rings with the opener here.
Over curl just a hair, but no harm, no foul. That stone being on the rings.
Trevor Gow asking Leah Ankowitz to draw around this rock, I believe. Definitely going by. It looks a little heavy. No, it's actually going to tick it. Oh, it just snuck by. A little bit up weight there. It's going to go off the rings.
Yeah, just rubbed it a hair, and it actually needed a pretty thick rub just to stay in the rings. Yep. Looks like it is quite quick this morning.
Mm-hmm. Now Francesca with her second stone. Interestingly enough, trying to come around, I believe. No, basically setting up corners here for Trevor. Trevor sporting his colorful shorts that he's played with all weekend. He's had a couple different colors of shorts. No substitute for youth, Roger, out there with shorts on. I don't think I've never curled with shorts or a t-shirt.
Not even in the summer.
Nope. We have a few curlers in our club that do curl in short sleeves. I don't think anybody curls in shorts, however.
When I was playing front end, short sleeves was just fine.
Yeah, right.
It was usually radiating by the second end.
And a hogstone there, taken out of play.
Come around, came up a bit short. I think for both of these teams, if they've never been in the A finals, maybe battling nerves a little bit first end or two. They should,
for sure.
should settle in after a few shots are thrown.
Mark Boardman now the second for Cape Cod Curling Club with his first rock of the day. Mark was pre-game doing some yoga or Tai Chi stretches. I'm not sure which, but he was showing off his flexibility to the curling club.
This one's coming in nice.
And this looks like a perfect shot to me.
Need to finish it.
And it got into the full 12 foot.
Cape Cod now 2 on the rings.
Chris Wishart, the second for Triangle 4. Try and get rid of some yellow here. And I think you're right, Roger. I think there's a little battle of nerves going on here early among the teams here. Chris left this takeout out just a little bit, and it's going to fly by everything, unfortunately for him. And Cape Cod in the driver's seat here now.
Yeah, until you've been in these events a few times, there's usually a few butterflies, I can tell you.
Looking for a little tap on that center rock to try and get it behind those guards.
He just threw this shot, so should be able to, should know what the weight is down this line. Looks like just a shade more. That would be right for the tap.
It's coming over nice, though. It's coming over real good. This is going to be a great shot for Mark. This is a beauty. And he shoved it right to almost the 4-foot circle. That's a great shot.
And he left the center guard there, too.
Perfect,
so.
Perfect stone. Couldn't have walked that one down there any better.
So now Trevor Gow and Triangle chasing just a little bit here in the first end. They've got to open up the middle.
You want to be narrow here, because if you're narrow, there's a little slash double there.
You want to make sure you hit something.
Yeah, and he's definitely hitting. Lets it come up, he might get him both.
Don't want to nose it.
No. It's going to roll over just a little. And still leaves Cape Cod sitting 1 and 2.
Open up half the 4-foot, though.
Looking for a center guard here. Tighter to the rings, better than farther out, right, Roger?
Tight in would be great.
Tight is good. Tighter in. Little biter on the 12-foot's fine here.
Better to leave this off the rings. You don't want Triangle to be able to hit and roll another stone onto the rings.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they start building up those rocks. This one's out there, but it's light. They're going to be able to finish it.
Dana Gerlach. Just did make the hog line.
It's in the way.
And now Emma Kwiatkowski from Triangle 4. And Weisswell with her first rock of the morning. Looking to play cleanup here a little bit.
Looking at the run double.
It's just off nose. We'll get them both.
Right onto this one. Trying to split those two out.
She threw nice weight here. It looks like it's coming up. She's got a chance here. It's got a real good chance to make. She's got the double. Just got enough of the other one to get it.
Just over curled a hair.
Did send it out into the open, however. Just came up hard. Nice shot there from Emma.
And Triangle's in business. They've got a couple biters now going. And Lonely shot rock in the back. And Cape Cod's electing to guard, and this is, for the more experienced skips, this is cries out for a second rock in.
Correct.
You need a second rock. Just loop one around that center guard.
Yep.
The best guard is sitting 1 and 2 without hammer.
Dana Gerlach with her second stone. It's on the top guard. It may work out as a guard anyway off a little rub there. And in fact, it did get in the way of.
It got a little lucky. They
shot rock.
might have partially covered it. I think it's still gettable, though.
Oh, God, it's 20 feet away from it.
Yeah, that guard's almost not in play. You could play hack weight either turn here, I think, and get it.
And Trevor thinking his options over here. I think you want to go get that rock and not freeze to it.
You can freeze, but I'd get it and bring these two into play, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, just go for the 3 spots. First down, you can get this from either direction, I think, with hack weight.
Agreed.
That guard is so high and we have so much curl that it's almost not in play. It's really just an optical annoyance.
It's a mirage.
It's a decorative guard, let's put it that way.
As Bugs Bunny would call it, a mirage.
Yeah. This looks like a hack weight, or is they going to get enough curl, though, from this position?
I don't know.
They took a lot of ice. They took ice for the freeze.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and it's not going to come up.
No. Skitters through the rings there.
So Cape Cod catches a break. They need to put a second rock in, desperately.
You know, if you put a rock in between the 2 yellow ones right now,
yeah,
one and two, it's great, right?
Yeah, go right around the corner.
Yeah, you're leaving the 4-foot circle open. However, your shot rock immediately becomes not attainable.
Well, it's tough to steal this end because I don't think you can throw this out turn draw is a little tough. You might have a hard time getting by that blue rock.
Sure.
With the amount of curl we have. But I think if you just loop one around here and maybe throw a top
set 1
8.
and 2.
Set 1 and 2 and you're out of trouble. The worst that's going to happen
I
is
think
you give
that's
up
his best option here. Looks like that's what he's throwing.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Mark Wilson, skip for Cape Cod with his first rock of the morning. Looks like he's erring on the side of light, which is certainly a pro side.
It's got a curl.
Looks like he's on the yellow one.
Still on the guard right now. Starting to come. Still on the guard.
Just did skitter on
just too much ice,
yeah.
I think, for that.
Yep. Now, does Trevor take a chance and come around and try and get this one?
Absolutely.
I think so.
I think you play hack weight or make sure you play it tight. If you move the guard, you have another chance at it.
Triangle 4 against Triangle 2 was our A semi game yesterday afternoon at 4:30. So we're getting familiar with a little more familiar with Triangle 4, and Trevor had a very good game yesterday. So Treasure with his first shot of the morning. We always ask players if they'd like to have, you know, a pronunciation. We try to get some pronunciations are a little. We have a few tricky ones here today. But Trevor informed us that his nickname is Treasure. So I told him I'm going to hold him to it. So a little tight line here, I think. Sweeper's trying to drag this off of that guard. And if it's
going to clip the guard.
Clip the guard and open it up for him, however. So not a bad outcome.
Not at all. Now with that stone wide open, Cape Cod definitely needs to get another stone in the rings. Calling for the guard. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going top 8 here.
Top button.
You could go. You could go top 4 and steal the end, probably,
exactly.
Right? But you need to get one in top 8 here, just to provide yourself with some safety.
So a little suspense here early in our featured A final game. Mark Wilson with his last rock of the first end. Hammerstone yet to come from Trevor Gow. You just heard him whispered to his front end that the weight is all there.
I'd stay close, though. He's pretty far out, so. Yeah,
I think he's going to get your wish is going to come true here, Roger. He is going to sit 1 and 2. However, just would love to get it away from that other stone now. Make the double harder.
Yeah, I don't think there's a double there.
Tough double.
Tough double. It's there.
Just got to hit it off nose and get the roll. I think he's got a shot.
Got to hit it on the low side.
Yep.
Oh, let me get the far house up.
Just off nose, about an inch off nose.
Hit this just on the low side.
Yeah, boom, boom. He's going to get 3 out of this if he can hit it right.
Boom, boom, right.
So Cape Cod is lying 1 and 2. This is the last shot of the first end. Hammer for Trevor Gow.
But no doubles ever a gimme, so this is not an easy shot for your 2, or for your 3 actually.
Yep.
Make sure you get the rock, get your 1. Kind of slid wide and turned it in.
He's by though. He's got it. He's got the double. What a shot.
And that's a 3 spot.
And
Nicely done.
We're gonna call that buried treasure.
There you go.
Beautiful shot from Trevor Gow to get 3 in the first end for Triangle 4. Beauty. Nice job. Nice team shot there. The sweepers, he was a little narrow, and the sweepers held it on the line, and they even dragged it out into a position to give it a chance to get the double, and in fact it happened. So good shot there. First end.
Always a good way to open the game with a big 3.
No kidding. I wonder where these, I don't know exactly where these folks are in their 5-year scenario here, if they're aging out or not, I don't know. Looks like this is going to go onto the rings. Pretty quick ice here. As Leah's opening shot's going to go right to the 4-foot circle. And to the button, as a matter of fact.
Cape Cod just going to tap that to the back of the house.
Good idea. We were having this conversation yesterday about when you get behind that the any rocks in play are your not your adversary. They're really helpful in trying to put an end together.
Well, this serves kind of a dual purpose because you'd like to move that rock off the button, but you can't really afford to take it out because it makes it too easy. So tapping it back at least leaves jam possibility in the back. That tap attempt came up a bit short.
Now Leah with her second stone, looking to come around and just center guard off the rings.
Stick another one top 12 here.
Yeah, why not with the center guard up, right?
Right, you basically double guard it, have 2 on the rings. Line's really good. I think they're going to be happy with the guard, but
nothing wrong with a biter here.
yeah, nothing wrong with the biter. Hit 2, but that's okay.
Yep, that's okay.
That's a good spot. And Cape Cod's going to have to get down on top of that shot rock. Can't remove any guards yet. They're still in the free guard zone. Might have overcooked that a little bit.
Just a little. Had to let that come up just a little bit more. Sunk it right on the button now.
Rather have that stone short and above than behind T-line.
Nothing wrong with coming in between the 2 blue ones here either if he's a little heavy.
You could Christmas tree these or just freeze on your own shot stone and really put Cape Cod under the screws.
Emma and Leah are beating this one up as though it were light with reasonable cause. Definitely going to make the hog line. Not by a heck of a lot, however.
Not really in play.
No, it's junked up pretty well though.
Can get around to shot stone and tap it back though. I think there's room.
Just looking for back 8 weight would do it, right? Back
so.
4 would do it.
Maybe back 4 to get enough curl.
Sure. Mark Boardman trying to get something going here for Cape Cod Curling Club.
Yes, line, yes, line, yes, line.
Need to get this stone on top somewhere. It's got to be in front of shot stone.
Plenty of weight. This is coming in real nice. It's going to bounce.
I would just lock it on.
Actually, nice shot there from Mark.
Now they can clean up the front and they have a chance to pop
Right,
that out.
that
for
rock's
3.
not going anywhere.
Yep.
Good throw there from Mark Boardman.
Beautiful shot.
Chris Wishart now, just looking to cut the rings down here.
Could freeze this one right on the top. It would be terrific.
It's coming right in. It looks like T-line weight. Oh, it's freezing right on.
And another pistol.
Oh, a great shot from Chris. That's a beauty.
Last one on top's in control. So now, good luck getting your deuce now. Beauty of that shot is it takes the yellow rock in the back 8 completely out of play.
At least momentarily it does. Yep.
The stone on the top 4 is stone on the top 4 is in control.
Yep.
That yellow rock. Even if they Cape Cod was able to move the blue rock on the pin away, that they're still only looking at scoring 1. Scoring area is going to basically be full 4 button area.
Goodness.
Trying to lock another one on.
It's just barely going to get to the 8-foot circle, but oh, what a good shot though, however.
Usable.
Very nice shot. So the plot thickens here. A lot of rocks in play.
Triangle still shot, so still some work to do. The yellow rock thrown by Cape Cod just now, it's not difficult to use it to remove the blue stone on the pin.
And vice for Triangle 4, Emma Kwiatkowski. We're being joined by her mom and dad, Kevin and Marcy, this morning. Happy to have their company, as well as MJ Walsh, nursing a little bit of a cold. Oh, wow. They're all 2- and 3-year curlers. Thank you, Mark, for chiming in there. That's great. So we'll see more of them. I don't know that the Kayser will be here before they time out, but good for them to be able to continue to play together. Not sure when the Kayser comes back to our club.
Be a while, I think.
Yep.
Cape Cod's going to try to run the yellow in. I'm not sure this gets them shot stone, though. I think you got to make a move on the other blue.
Dana Gerlach, vice for Cape Cod, in the hack and ready to go here.
Danger here is you could take your own yellows out.
She threw a good rock here. It's gonna move the yellow one and maybe jiggle them around a little bit.
I think they have to unlock those stones in the 4-foot at some point.
Yeah, at some point, the decision will be made for him, for Mark at some point to go ahead. That rock is pretty much exposed. If he hits it with any kind of weight, it looks like he's going to spill the blue rock off the button, at least get one.
He's got to run those blues together, at least move this one back.
Right.
Then if you could ever get this one to fly, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you can get tight enough. I mean, if you could get this rock to roll out this way a little bit, then you could score those two.
Emma looking to cut the rings down here.
Yeah, I'd be less worried about this side.
Getting it over the hog line.
I think Cape Cod has got to move on these stones now. They may not get another
I don't
chance.
think he has another choice. I don't see anything else, do you?
This is the last time he's going to see this blue-blue-yellow
Right,
combination.
or they're going to guard it if he doesn't do something with it right now. So
You got to move it now.
yeah, got to take a chance.
If he hits everything he sees here,
It's funny to watch people who haven't, who don't have a great deal of experience play, because he's deliberate. I'm not sure what he's looking at on the left, but
this one's going to go back to here.
opening up now is not. This was a 4 shots ago shot. But there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
That's the one. I mean, he can get himself set up. If he can get this top blue on the forefoot to move just a little bit, it starts to open up the scoring area.
And you don't want to be wide here. If you move the top blue one off the center line, chip it over, at least it opens it up to make a perfect guard.
Yeah, you gotta clip the guard if you're gonna miss.
Yeah, don't want to miss wide here.
Yeah, if you miss too wide, you chip your yellow off the top 8. You want to hit as much as you can see here.
Yeah.
Good weight. Line looks pretty good.
Line's great.
Get by that top blue. This is going to be a beautiful shot. And see how much they'll unlock these.
Beautiful shot.
And they did.
What a nice shot from Dana. That's a beauty.
Now they've got a little run back
Oh
now to
boy,
score 3.
There's an awful lot of yellow. Now, it's funny how one shot in an end can change the complexion of an end. There's a pile of yellow rocks on the paint. So
this yellow rock on the top 12 is very usable rock now.
Yep. If he doesn't cover this up, there's almost a double there for a bundle.
Yep. There's they could even throw a double on the blues. You got lots of options here.
Yep.
You could throw the double.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Boom, boom.
Actually, you want to hit the inner one first. That one and then this one.
Yep.
And that goes out, and that one goes out. We can give you the near house version. So you got a couple options now. You can run this one in. That's for 3. Or you can play this double.
So I think Trevor needs to do here is freeze on second rock.
He's playing an in off. He's actually looking at coming off his own and bumping this one into the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
A lot of skips don't look at this kind of shot because, of course, you're giving up your own rock. But his rock on the top 8 is actually useless. It actually is helping Cape Cod. So no harm in coming off that, but there's an awful lot of yellow in the rings. I'm with you. I think I might be freezing here.
It's just throwing the draws. Just sink another one in there.
Stick a third one in and gum things up as best you can.
This is real tight. Real tight. He's on the yellow one. He's actually going to raise the yellow rock.
They're not going to like this.
At all.
Just made Cape Cod shot for them.
Oh, my.
Now Cape Cod is
mercy.
Sitting 2. The only good news is his third rock
is buried now. Can't. The pile is gone.
If you have any guts here, if you can see a little sliver. You can see a sliver of this rock.
Got to go for this, don't you?
If you could get by, you would score a bucket.
Yeah, because it looks like it's going to miss if he hits the top one first with good weight.
Right.
He's going to move the blue one to the back of the 8-foot circle. So, well, he's going to be content with his 2 here and just get himself back in the game. However, he's going to leave Trevor an out by guarding. I think you want to come around this blue rock into the 8-foot.
Yeah, Trevor's going to have a run back.
Yes, he is.
He'll be able to move some yellow rocks.
I'd bring this real tight. Tight. This rock's going to take the center one away, I believe, if they finish it up a little bit. Yep.
That'll take away the run back.
It did take away the run back.
Actually, it takes away almost everything. Takes away almost everything. Now that little in-off doesn't work for Trevor anymore because
he still could come around that, I think, though. He could come around the rock that Mark just threw and just come between these rocks and tap it up. Yep. It won't hurt him.
A little draw here and see if he can
just sneak one in there.
Maybe rub over and push that blue rock back. A little tough shot.
Great end, though. Oh, my goodness.
Well, they locked one on early to get control of that blue stone, and they finally managed to remove it from the pin area.
Yep. And Cape Cod will remember the shot that Dana Gerlach made with her last rock, which was just a glorious curling shot.
And the triangle went from looking pretty comfortable on the pin to all of a sudden having a very lonely blue rock.
No kidding.
All that yellow building up.
Wow.
Looks like he's playing a little draw tap here.
I think that's the right call. He's going to give these blue rocks some shelter here, you know. Really coming up. Really coming up hard. He's just going to rub. Oh my goodness, he left it open for him.
Now do you have the double?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think you got to go for it. He's shaking his head as Mark Wilson. I think, yep. Yep. Why not?
You got to hit the one on the 4-foot first, though. You can't hit the one on the 8-foot.
Correct. Because you might skitter the blue one in.
You might spin the blue one in far enough to cut down.
But I think you got to take a chance. This is for a bundle.
Yeah, if you get to the inside here, you're scoring at least 4.
Yep, right there. And Roger's right in his assessment that if you can hit the one that's on the blue circle first.
Got to hit that one first.
You got to hit that one first, or you take a chance of.
So you got to come tight by the guard.
Yep.
You got to come really tight by the guard. You want to hit this stone and send it out. The problem is if you come off this one first, you're pushing this one into the pin. I don't know if it scores, but
I don't think so. I think it's going to bounce off the yellow one.
I think you're right, but it's close enough to be a little scary. But
well,
if you,
this is why we play this game, ladies and gentlemen, for shots like this. These are the ones that you sleep really well after a curling game, or you have nightmares after a curling game.
Got to throw almost like bumper down weight here
Yep.
to get a little curl.
Yep.
You can't throw this really hard.
No, you can't bomb it. Just like you said, to the board is probably a good assessment of the weight. Mark Wilson, hammer stone. Left it out a little. Left it out a little.
It's trying.
It's trying, though. I'll tell you what, it's really coming hard. He's going to be on the top one first, however. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
No harm.
No harm done. He still gets his deuce.
Did he roll it far enough to get 3?
I don't know.
He might have
Maybe.
spun over the top.
He certainly might have spun over the top. Boy, it was trying to curl.
Yeah.
It was just enough weight to do it if it got to the other stone first. Great shot there from Mark. I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3. So exciting curling game so far.
A lot of rocks in play, opportunities for both teams.
Yep. Looks like the jitters are out of the way.
Yep, they're starting to make some shots now, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Francesca Delafemin.
Well, Cape Cod didn't lose their nerve that end. They hung right in there and
Yes, they did.
Got a multiple score back.
So funny how in a curling game and in a specific end, that one shot really changed the complexion of the end that Dana made that. You know, and Mark will think about that after the game is maybe going after that a little earlier in the end
To get that set up earlier.
To get that set up earlier might have produced more than what he got, but however, it was well played. We're hanging the score right now, and they got 2 out of it.
It was a deuce.
Yep.
Good in, nevertheless.
Absolutely. Leah Ankowitz looking to remove the shot rock. Kind of spun out on her a little bit there, so it looks like it's going to go right by everything. Unfortunate shot there.
I've seen that spot before.
Oh, boy.
I've thrown into that.
Oh, yeah. Like, uh-oh. That one, 2 seconds out of your hand. That one ain't coming back.
Nope. See ya.
Big Super Bowl game today. We got a lot of...
and the Scotties final for those of you that are curling fans. So if you really hate the Patriots and want to watch something else, it's always curling.
We got a lot of Patriots fans here, and we got a lot of Eagles fans here as well.
And we might even have a lot of fans who just hate the Patriots. Kind of like the Yankees of NFL, aren't they?
It's all a matter of taste, you know.
It's a team everyone loves to hate, right?
Yeah. Certainly, Tom Brady is going to love him or hate him. Is going to go down in history, if not the best quarterback in history. Well, top two.
Certainly a Hall of Famer.
Oh God,
for sure.
Just finds a way to win.
He gives all of us old farts hope, right?
Absolutely. And Leah got rid of the top one there and split them. Wound up on the rings with her shooter. Could go after that shot on the rings, could mark, but looking over his options here, I think he's going to go after that rack. I think this is the right play. Coming inside out. You're getting better at that, Roger. Looks like a lot of ice.
It does. I don't know if it hangs here on the center line, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
First time you throw these, you just never know. At this level of curling, we don't get to throw practice stones for 20 minutes before the game.
This is never going to come over that far.
Yeah, it's hanging on the center line.
Unfortunately, he might take himself out here.
It's coming though.
Boy, it is coming. Holy smokes, I never expected that rock. It's still going by it, I think.
Yeah, once it gets off the center line, you need to take just a shade less ice. Wow. You can't throw them outside there.
And good luck trying to throw that rock in between those two.
I was going to say, that's a tough field goal.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
It's like a 60-yard field goal there.
Yeah. And now Chris Wishart will look to get rid of this yellow stone.
It's at 1 and 2.
Yep.
This will hang for him as well, but he doesn't need to curl as much.
Coming now. Not going to get a roll. We'll go the other way a little. Good shot.
Bring you up to date on our other games. Utica 3 leads Philly 3, 2-1 in the event final. Broomstones 4 leads Triangle 1, 3-0 after 2 in our B final. And our C finals all tied up 1-1, Norfolk and Philly 4. And our D final, Potomac 3 leads Triangle 2-0. Just got an update on that score after 2 ends of play. And on sheet 6, we're all knotted up at 2 after 2 ends of play. Rochester 2 and Long Island. We're up to date on all the scores.
Mark Boardman just made a nice takeout of the shot rock of Triangle 4. And Chris Wishart will come back and try to erase that one and put it back.
There's that little straight spot. That ran real straight there. Is this going to hang around?
I don't think so.
Yep, overcooked it.
Unfortunately, it rolled off the rings. Yep.
Okay, so a half shot by Triangle now gives Cape Cod a chance to wriggle off the hook here. And I think I'd run that blue rock right off, and it might be headed for blank.
Yep, good choice here from Mark. Dana Gerlach with her first rock of the third end.
Just got caught back up here in the game. Don't want to give it all back this end.
Nope. Whoops.
Dana might have been a hair out, but she threw really nice weight at this.
Yes, she did. Nice control weight. Perfect
beautiful
shot.
Bumper down weight.
Yep.
Nice solid whack that's going to go through the rings. And we start all over.
It's funny, curling, curling end to end, it can be, one end can be a whole game. You know, it's a whole different strategy. The first end was played differently. The second end, there was a pile of rocks in play.
Yep.
And now we're playing this basically clean end. It's just such a strange game.
Depends on where your lead rocks go. You know, your lead rocks change the whole complexion of the end. And leads always complain they're at the bottom of the totem pole, but they really set the tenor of each end.
It's so important.
If you don't get your guard up, you know, you basically burn an end. You can't steal an end without those guards.
Yep.
Likewise, if you should be throwing in and you come up short, then all of a sudden there's a pile of rocks in play you didn't want. So those of you playing lead out there, you're one of the most important positions on the team.
Good shot. Didn't wind up on the rings, however. Maybe giving Cape Cod a chance to draw here, but I think he'll erase. This is good. This is a good idea. I like this strategy.
Yeah, don't leave that blue rock in play. That's very splittable.
Yep.
It's almost on the rings.
Dana Gerlach with her second stone of the third end. And this one looks tight. Got it, however, though. Yeah, they held it really nicely. Yep, they certainly did.
Nice weight again. Not overthrown, not underthrown.
No, very nicely thrown. And now Emma with her second rock of the third end. Vice for team triangle.
And Trevor definitely playing for a blank here. Not having any aggressive intentions this end. The aggressive play would be to just come around that guard and force the issue, but he's got the 1 point lead. He doesn't need to force the issue.
Nope.
Hit and roll for a corner onto the rings here would be just outstanding.
Don't know.
It's going to go away.
Yep. Well, open park here.
Yep, heading for a blank.
Skip stones to come.
Now this is the time that if the skips have been reading the ice and you know you're just going to have to throw a stone in the rings here and kind of play things out, you want to put this stone in the crappiest spot on the sheet.
Absolutely.
Right?
And there's a rock over here on the right to draw too.
So if you know there's a straight spot or a curly spot or just a wonky part of the ice, this is where you put the stone.
Yep.
So it might be the side of the forefoot, might be middle eight, you know, wherever you think is going to be the hardest spot. Or maybe, you know, think about what turn you want the opposing skip to throw. If you think he's got a little bit of a suspect out turn, you might put this on the right-hand side of the ice.
I like his strategy here. He's going to try and freeze to this no man's land rock.
Oh, way out on the edge?
Barely out on the sheet, and I think it's a good call.
It's a good way to get a force.
Yep.
Takes the blank out of play. The other thing about this is it puts it way out on the edge where it might be a little more difficult to hit.
It's not going to get that far.
Won't hurt himself here, though.
Looks like it's on the rings, however.
Just don't go behind T-line. I'd give Trevor a chance to freeze if he's aggressively minded. So now two ways to play this. You can just run this off and play for the blank, or you can try to freeze that stone in the back of the house and set up a deuce.
Yep, bring two back into it.
I love to see those stones fly in the back of the house like that. That's a good way to get yourself a skip deuce.
Sure. A little draw practice in case you need it, right?
Absolutely.
Skips having draw weight's a big deal. Looks like he's going to opt just to
keep the blank in play.
Keep it open. Yep.
Trevor Gow sticking with his plan. Looked like we're heading from a blank early in the end.
Nicely thrown, right on the noggin. Nice shot. No doubt about it.
Yep, need to kill this blue rock and see if you can get an error out of Trevor with his last blank attempt.
Yeah, these kind of ends can tend to be a little nerve-wracking for all involved. You know, you got to make your hits. You got to make your hits.
We played a whole game like this.
We did.
In the men's championship. The other team just didn't want to play ball. They were not aggressively minded, and we traded every end.
Oh, boy. Everybody was frazzled at the end of the game because you're concentrating so hard on the hits.
We must have played 60, 70 straight hits. I mean, it was crazy. It was like playing in the old days. What was 2-2 after
Like
7?
No free guard zone.
Yeah, 2-2 after 6. We were 2-2 after 6 with 3 blanks.
He left this one out a little bit here. I don't know. Because of the down weight, I think it's going to come back.
Yeah,
and in fact, it is.
It's coming back
Boy,
just
oh boy.
nicely.
That was a
little scary.
That was a little cutter.
Yeah. And he
good
rolled
shot.
it to a new spot,
Yeah.
so. Okay, you don't want to stick here. You want to roll this one away.
Sure.
Don't want to flash it, though. Well, I've seen a couple misses in the Scotties. They were trying to blank an end, and they just whiffed.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you go from getting a blank to dropping one. That's not how you would draw it up. If you get your 1 here, it's not the end of the world. He will be up 2. But I'm sure Trevor's looking to make the blank here. Main thing is make sure you hit the rock.
He sent this out sailing.
He's going to catch a piece.
He's definitely going to catch a piece.
In fact, they're going to have to sweep it to get the blank.
Yep.
And he got the blank.
Yep.
Well done. A lot of curl on this side of the sheet, so
absolutely
you can save a few.
Yeah, I thought he was in jeopardy of possibly flashing that one out of his hand, and it did curl up nice for him.
Fourth end.
Nicely played curling game to this point.
Yeah, 3-2 game, and Triangle playing the Blue Rocks will have the hammer again here in the fourth after blanking the third end.
Both teams very evenly matched here.
I think Cape Cod probably wants to get a guard in play here so they can try to get a force. Cape Cod would like to get the hammer back. Have a chance to score a multiple.
Great lead stone here from Francesca. Working it hard to get back to the center. It looks like they're going to get part of it on the center line. Nicely
Touching
thrown.
the center line. That's
very,
a 4 out of 4.
Very nice. Looks like it's going to stay on the rings. Hard to tell from here.
Looks like it might be just off.
Yep.
And throwing those to the back eight's a good spot, but that's obviously a little too deep.
Okay, now your Sunday morning trivia question. What movie was the line quoted? Ain't got no gas in it. Mm-hmm. Folks out there, if anybody knows the answer to that question, ain't got no gas in it. Mm-hmm. We'll see if anybody answers. Very famous movie. One of my favorite actors actually played the part. We'll have a little trivia for you later, too.
Cape Cod wrecked on that come around, rolled onto the rings. Triangle's going to ignore that rock for now. Try to draw to the wings again.
Leah, her second rock. little different strategy here because now if Cape Cod sits this, they're sitting 1 and 2, correct? If they hit and stick?
Yep, they will be. And no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to score 2 that way.
Sling Blade. We have the correct answer out there. Who's that in the chat room that answered that? Brian Gravel. You got it, Brian. Sling Blade. That was Billy Bob Thornton in the movie Sling Blade. Very nice. Wish I'd say there was a prize for you, but you're the man. You got it. Okay. Somebody else got it in the warm room here. Unfortunately, I have a headset on, so I couldn't hear that one. There'll be more later.
And they got caught in the curly spot there with a lightweight takeout.
Yeah, Mark Boardman. Unfortunate miss there. And now the tide has turned, and Trevor will back in line for his deuce if he can hit and stick.
Yep, 1 miss, you go from sitting 1 and 2 without hammer to having 2 against you. Set that one out a little bit.
Yep. By virtue of being down weight, I think he's going to get it. He may not stay on the rings, but he is going to get it.
He's going to roll away.
Yep. Did get the yellow rock out of there, however.
So that half shot gives a reprieve to Cape Cod. They need to see if they can get rid of this stone again. Going to take a little more ice. Playing to his player's weight. What you don't want to do is overcorrect on the weight.
True.
Move the broom out. It looks like this is right spot on.
Good looking rock. Good looking shot here.
Might even get an inside roll. Don't want to lose it here.
Beautiful shot.
Rolled it right under.
Mark Boardman making a nice adjustment from his first throw. Firmed it up a little bit, and Trevor will waste no time at this point getting rid of this center guard. Set this one out a little bit, did Chris? I think it's going by the top one. It may chip the back one out. And, oh boy, just skidded by everything there.
Sometimes when you got to throw a little extra weight,
throw it right through the curl.
Lose a bit of accuracy, yeah.
Yep, throw it right through the curl. A little cat and mouse game here now. Blank end, looked like they were in line for a deuce. Now they're scrambling for 1.
I like stacking the guard on top of this, so I would go right up there.
Yep, or in between them.
Just put a high guard. Yeah, if you can suck one in between, that would be really nice too.
Yep.
But double, if you want to steal the end, that's a great steel rock. Just touching top button, hard to push it through.
Yep.
I like this. You want to stack those guards vertically so they're difficult to double peel. Put them side by side, you're making it a bit easier.
Sure. Dana Gerlach having a good curling game to this point. It's coming right to the shot. Could go around it. It's going to corner freeze it, which is no help. Nope.
Triangle will be able to hit and flop on top of shot stone now. Hit a half rock, you might get a double, but you lose a shooter.
Definitely got one of them. Gonna roll away.
Yeah, just gonna miss everything. Oh, stop that stone. That would have moved the blue.
Blue rock's got to go.
I think they were both gone.
Yep.
I would have split themselves out. Yep.
Now Dana with her second rock. look to give some shelter. Now there's a blue rock on the ring, which
changes things a little bit. And go right around the middle. Throw a guard.
Yeah,
there you go. Even higher would be good. Either want a guard here, or you want one right in behind.
It's like plenty of weight.
Well, let this curl a little bit. Want to get that in behind now. Don't leave him grouped. Not going to finish. Ooh, right off. You're going to leave a double.
I'll lock it right on there now. No problem. Now the double is definitely there.
Yep, hit it pretty much anywhere. They should both spring.
Big shot coming here from Emma. Pretty much nose hit gets them both. I don't know that that top rock isn't going to bounce over onto the one on the left here, but
I think it'll go behind.
It looks like it should.
The way they're lined up, should go behind. Gonna have to get very close to the nose to spring them both, though. If you hit it on the high side, it's gonna jam.
It's definitely on the high side.
It's gonna jam it in.
Yep. Leave it in the open, however. Got rid of one of them. Left shot rock exposed.
You have to put a good guard on this now. The 12-foot biter kind of changes the complexion here because missing your guard here means you would drop a deuce. Another option here, maybe try to Christmas tree these three rocks, put them edge on edge. You could sit two that way. This looks like it might have plenty of weight. No, it's coming down. Need to get it over. Need to close up the line on this. Could have gone a little further. They left it open.
Could have dragged it a little further.
It's now available with the in-turn.
Trevor pretty decisive in his decision as to what he'd like to do here.
He's not slow.
No, he's not. No. Hats off to those who play. I've been accused of being a very deliberate slow curler. I'm trying to work on that element of our. We're not on the clock here in our ladder play. I think we're always the latest game too, so it seems like, oh well, whether we finish at 10:30 or 20 to 11, what's the difference? But I understand that it can be monotonous for some. Pretty tight line here. They're on it. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Good sweepers.
Just swept nicely there, huh? Emma was on it early, so you can give that kudos to anticipating that. He was
absolutely
narrow. Yeah. Big sigh of relief there from the vice and skip of triangle. And now Mark Wilson will have to follow that line down.
Trevor was pretty firm on that too.
Yes, he was.
We'll see if this curls a little more. Don't know if Mark's going to throw the same weight. He's a little out.
A little down weight, however.
A little in out on the release. Yeah. That's the straight spot there.
Got to play the raise now.
Got to curl.
Play the raise. Got to play the raise. Raise might be just right too. Oh, it just lost a little line on him there.
Got a second rock, but it's wide open. That'll be a hit and stick for three. Once again, Cape Cod caught guarding Lonely Shot Rock instead of throwing a second one in the rings. And that could lead to another 3. Last rock, 4th end.
Good looking shot here. Right on the money.
And another 3 spot for Triangle. They take a 6-2 lead.
Yep. At blank end, he played it smart here and just a couple good breaks and put a 3-bagger back up on the board. Did Trevor Gow. Good shot. Nicely played end by Triangle. Okay, now the second of my 3 trivia questions. After the music.
All right, go for it.
All right. Another trivia question for you folks out there. In the movie The Shawshank Redemption, one character was known for being able to get things. Can you name that character? I'm a guy who knows how to get things. Just name the title character. Either the actor's name or the title character. We'll take either. We have a winner in the warm room. Yes, that was Morgan Freeman, and the title character was Red. We'll have one more for you later. And nobody will get the last one, unless you use your cell phones, which is not fair.
Time to check our scoreboard here at the 4th end break. On sheet 1, our E-event finals all tied up at 2 after 3 ends of play, playing the 4th now. On sheet 2, our B-event final is a 3-2 affair with Broomstones 4 leading Triangle 1. On sheet 4, our C-event final. Philly leads 3-1 over Norfolk, Philly 4 that is. On sheet 5, our D-event final. 3 consecutive singles by Potomac 3. They lead Triangle 2 3-0 after 3. And on sheet 6, Rochester 2 leads Long Island 3-2 after 3 ends of play. And your scores are complete.
Nice, a lot of tight games out there this morning.
Looks like another open end developing.
Boy, this one really came up on her. I think it's going to
might
work.
have turned it
Just
in just a shade.
Ran it over to the other one.
Jammed it in.
Yep.
Now Cape Cod sitting 1. Decision time. Split in the house. Hate to guard. That was so close to the center line. It's tough to guard it without gumming up the works.
Yep. You desperately need to score here if you're Cape Cod.
Need a multiple here.
Yep.
The only thing about splitting the house this early is that it's really tough to maintain that position throughout the end.
True.
You're just 1 half shot, you know, hit and roll out away from losing your deuce. Even a corner guard here just starting over might be a pretty good result.
Definitely going on the rings.
Yeah, they're going to get this one on. They sit 1 and 2.
Tough double.
That's a very difficult double. Kind of a steep slash. You could go for it, or you could just hit shot rock, which is what Triangle's going to do. And takeout rolled away for second shot. Could just be ignored. Yep, you could freeze to that. That would be a good call there. Cape Cod sitting 1, top 8. Boardman with a freeze attempt.
It's a little wide. Weight was really good. It's just a little wide.
As long as it stops for a shot, it'll be fine.
No, it's going right out the back.
Gonna go a little too far.
Hung on to the rings. Unfortunately, it's third rock.
It's gonna hang on, so it's a player, but third stone. Now Cape Cod will need a miss or a half shot to get back into business.
Mark Wishart. Chris Wishart, pardon me. Just going to hit and roll a little bit to the left here. Good shot. Little damage control there. Once again, triangle sitting 1 and 2.
Got to keep your deuce in play. You need to remove a rock, I think, if you ever want to bring that back stone into play. Cape Cod's going to go for that freeze again. That could set up a deuce.
Looks like it's on the same exact track as the first one to me,
Yeah,
where I'm sitting.
And heavy again, I think.
Yep, identical same track as the first one. Maybe a little less weight.
It is coming down.
It is. It's actually going to freeze the corner of this and bounce a little.
No bounce, no bounce.
You got a little bounce there, but
Shot stone.
shot rock, however.
Would have loved to have left that stone about a stone higher.
Yep.
Make the jam a little more possible.
Emma can make both of these go bye-bye and won't be a bad scenario.
Right. Hit this a little bit on the center line side. They both fly. And triangle will be sitting 1 and 2.
Might have the double. That's a great shot.
Triple.
That's a great shot.
Sitting 3. Yeah, got doubled out the yellows. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Thanks to Marcy and Kevin bringing me a nice fresh beverage for the last few ends of the game here. What a great shot by Emma. Beautiful.
Make a double, get out of trouble.
Yep. Nice call here from Mark, almost forcing to freeze here now. Desperately, Cape Cod desperately needs a score here. Game is kind of getting away from them a little bit. A little bit light. Just going to set up a center guard here, which under the circumstances probably not the most horrible thing. Guns loaded now too. Looks like Trevor will be tempted to guard up here, right?
Or you just dump one in top 8.
Yeah.
Again, get in that Christmas tree position. Put one right there in the rings.
Emma's body language said that she wasn't happy with the shot. I don't think this is coming over, though.
It's going to be deep.
Yeah, it's going to split these rocks a little. However, there are 4 blue rocks on the park.
There's a little freeze opportunity, or they're going to hit and roll. That's, they get right behind the center guards. I'd almost want to tap this thing to the back. You maybe throw back rings weight and flop underneath and leave a couple backers.
Yep.
By removing this rock, you're diminishing your chances to keep some of your rocks in play.
No roll.
I think it's right on the noggin.
Yep.
If you threw back 12 at that and tapped it back and hit it on the nose, then you'd have a backer here, and this would be more difficult to remove. But
we're having a shot here. Is Team Triangle. Maybe the pilot light was getting a little low there. Keep that old pilot light lit. So Trevor successful in his takeout attempt, leaving Triangle sitting 4 here. Down to skip rocks here. Mark Wilson needs to make something happen for Cape Cod.
Yeah, needs to hide a rock here.
Even if you draw, you know, and skitter off of that one over behind, you got to get something behind cover is right, Roger.
Got to get behind these centers.
Yeah. It's down weight. Just not curling. Nope, nope. Right on the nose.
Again.
Just couldn't get it to curl there. Nice, real down, you know, kind of through the house, hack weight shot there. Just no finish. No finish. Going to work out just fine.
And that'll force Cape Cod to a single. They have to make this shot, though. Mark just threw this.
Big shot here. Hammerstone, 5th end. Cape Cod trailing 6-2. Needs to make a hit and stick for 1. Want to let this over curl. Nope, good shot here from Mark. As he skitters one in there, a nice hit and roll.
That's the one he wanted
1.
to make last time, yeah?
Yes, it was. Good shot there from Mark.
Got his single.
After 5 ends, Triangle Curling Club 6, Cape Cod Curling Club 3. And now your last trivia question of the day. This is you're gonna date yourself here. No cell phones now. In the episodes of Popeye the Sailor Man, Popeye had a dog. He was a little pit bull looking dog with a black eye. Can you name Popeye's dog? No cell phones, folks. Popeye's dog. Last trivia question of the day is Popeye's dog. Can you name him?
Think
no cell phones.
Think automobile manufacturer.
Ooh, Roger giving you a big clue there. Roger giving a big clue. Automobile manufacturer. We'll let that one sink in for a little while. I know there's a bunch of people looking at their cell phones, but that's okay. If you have to look on your cell phones, you do. It was a Jeopardy. It was actually a final question on Jeopardy, and I got it right. Yep, we got a winner. Jeep the Magical Dog, and the noise that he made was his name. Jeep, Jeep, Jeep. There you go. There's your last trivia question of the day, folks. No, then it wasn't. Funny.
Time horses, time mixes horses.
What he said, Tom. What did he say? No.
He was the one that coined the term music mix. That's the first person to sell mixes of music. Coming first.
On to our sixth end here. Cape Cod's got a couple guards up. They need them. Now Leah looking to come around. Triangle in control of the game.
Just haired that center guard.
Oh my goodness, a little heavy. It's going to come to the back of the park. And it did stick around. Mark Wilson will ask Mark Boardman to try and get one to the 4-foot circle here and set himself up for a steal. Looks a little toasty. Coming down, though. Save the sweeper shot here, Roger.
It's going to go right
to the backer, I think. A little less. That's actually a little less.
Starting to dig in.
Yeah, back button. Right, the teddy bear shot. Get that man a teddy bear. Nice shot, Mark. Trevor with a very animated peel signal there. A little bit of a do-si-do. Chris Wishart looking to open things up here. So he can make it to the nose of this one. Pretty much nosing it. Boom, boom, nice shot. Left his guard there, left his shooter there, however. But he did get the other yellow rocks out of the way.
Have to sneak another guard in.
Yep, right in
Those
between
rocks don't matter out there. You're just all about guarding that rock on the pin. I think he's got to guard the intern. You can see about a third of a rock on the intern side.
Yep.
Needs to put a guard right in here. Right in behind the blue.
Yep. Like to sit 1-2 here, wouldn't you?
Well,
since that other rock's way in the back.
I think you want to sit one just right now. I think you want to split the center line with a guard. Get a second one in later. One guard won't be enough to cover this stone for the rest of the end. This would be pretty good.
This is really hooking.
Just get it to the center line and get off. Yeah, just get off. Split the center line, no more.
Good shot.
That's a good spot.
Good shot.
Not a bad spot.
Now you peel your own here, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yep, wasting no time. Good, he looked it over quick. Open it right up and force Cape Cod to guard.
And the good news is they're guarding 2 rocks. The bad news is they're only going to have 1 guard to do it with.
Yep. Good shot there from Chris. Very nice. Mission accomplished.
Nice
Perfect peel.
Yep. Now you're guarding for your life. Cape Cod's got to be in full steal mode here. They're realistically looking at steal, steal, steal to close the game out.
Correct.
Get themselves back into contention. They're 3 down with 3 to play without hammer here in the 6th end.
Dana Gerlach's first rock of the 6th end. Just need a center guard here. Not so much how deep, but the line is real important here.
Yeah, you need to split the center line.
Yep.
Not easy to place these guards on curly ice. They need to hold this one out early because it's over curling.
Yeah, the old saying, you just need a guard here.
And
famous last words in curling, we just need this or we just need that.
Need to stay
actually
right
looks
off.
Pretty good, actually.
Stay right off
well,
this.
It kind of lost the handle.
Oh, it did.
It lost. It's backed up on her, unfortunately.
Lost rotation.
Yep. That's unfortunate. That was a good rock.
Yep, that was coming in nicely.
That's the first rock blunder we've seen today. Or ice blunder, however you look at it. Could be the rocks, could be the ice, could be the thrower. There's so many little variables to a rock losing its handle.
Well, certainly when the rocks are sharp enough, you need to put sufficient rotation on them so they don't catch on those flat spots in the ice. We're getting to the 6th end here, so the slide path might be getting a little flat. Emma Kwiatkowski looking to double these off. Made a nice one last end. Trevor called the sweepers off right away.
Got them both. Just moved the second one. So it's leaving Cape Cod sitting 1. Got to give this rock some shelter here.
I think you go around the corner. That's not a great steel rock in the back 4. I'm thinking you go around the corner here. Let them chase the open rock.
Dana's last rock of the 6th end. In a 6-3 curling game, triangle on top. Cape Cod looking to steal here. Front end reported it's coming in.
It's going right to the back one if it curls enough.
You can split these, it's not bad, but if it goes by, it's not great. Almost had to play for a split there, you know. However, they are sitting 1 and 2. Everything behind the T line now has changed the complexion of the end for triangle. You know, and if you're triangle here, scoring 1 is good here.
1 is golden.
1 is good. Don't need a multiple.
Just need to burn an end, and if
Emma
you score
just
1,
said
it's a bonus.
sorry. I think she's thinking she's wide. They're not sweeping. And I don't know if it's chipping it or not. Looks like it's going right by it. Wow, so a break there for Cape Cod.
They're going to try to guard the two they have. Those stones are behind tee line.
So as Roger pointed out, another option for Mark here could be to draw around behind this yellow guard, put one on the blue paint right behind the yellow guard.
Yeah, get it above tee line, and they really can't do much with it. They can't draw to it.
True.
Also has the advantage of leaving a sitting 3.
Correct. This is losing line. They want to get this on the rings now that it's not going to be a guard.
And if it's not a guard, you got to pound it in.
You got to pound this in and try and bury it, folks. Go, 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 go. They're sitting 3, however.
And the stone on the top 12 they just threw is also tappable. Trevor's going to chase off Shot Rock, and there is a double. Hit this just a hair on the high side.
Treasure looking for a little Pirates booty here. Coming up hard. My goodness. They might have lost this one.
That took a big move.
Wow, that thing really dove.
Little down weight.
Jeez, I don't know.
Cut hard late.
Yeah,
that was
it did.
probably bumper down weight.
Yeah, it was about 15 feet from the hog line, and it just went sideways. So now Cape Cod back into being able to, looks like he's going to try and cover up his shot here. Leave Trevor a draw for 1. Doing so. I don't mind guarding this rock. You know what? If you're half staggered in front of this rock, and
if you Christmas tree it,
correct. Yeah. As long as you can't nose the one that they're shooting and be shot.
Right.
That I'm okay with.
I'd bring it right in too.
Yeah,
I would sit
agree.
3. Go top 12, half cover, and then make him draw the pot. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Tap this one, but if you hit this one up, it's okay. Like back 4 way.
This one's a little bigger line than the first one, a little wider. Gotta let it curl. Gotta let it curl. And now they can finish it right up.
Want to get on that 4-foot line. A little more would be good.
Good shot.
Pretty good.
Yes, yes, line. Yes, line, yes, line, yes, line. Gotta give me like, which can you see? Good weight, all right? Gotta hit that one.
Trevor sizing up his options, looking to see if the in-turn is available. I think they're just going to play the draw to the backing.
Oh, nice. Hammerstone of the 6th end. Trevor Gow looking to just take one and advance to a 4-point lead if he's able to connect here. Cape Cod keeping their fingers crossed for a miss here from Trevor. plenty of room to draw down to this rock. Line looks good. Boy, it's really going sideways on him. Looks like he's got it.
Just needs full 4.
He made a good shot.
It's all over it.
Made a beautiful shot.
And that's a single.
Ice water in that boy's veins. Nice shot. Very, very nice.
Time for score. So on sheet 1, our E-event final, Utica 3 took a big 4 spot in the 5th end. They lead 6-4 over Philly 3. On sheet 2, our B-event final, Broomstones picked up a deuce. They lead 5-2 over Triangle 1. On sheet 4, Norfolk 1 has taken a commanding 8-3 lead over Philly 4 in our C-event final. On sheet 5, in our D-event final, Potomac 3 leads 4-1. Triangle finally getting on the board in the 5th. And on sheet 6, we're all tied up 4-4. Rochester 2 and Long Island in our F-event final. And that brings you up to date on all the scores.
So Leah went to the button with her first, just behind the button, with her first stone. Francesca will try to freeze down to this rock. Kind of need your corners here, but if you don't make the perfect freeze, it's...
Well, the freeze is a good way to score 2.
Right.
Hard to score more than 2 in an open house. Usually, if you want to score 3 or more, you need a couple corner guards.
Yep. Hung around.
Kept a player in. I'm surprised they're not chasing this rock in the back of the house. Just throwing another one right to the pot. Little freeze tap. They now lie 2 on the button area.
Same shot.
Not sure you want to kill these. I think you just want to
move
tap
around.
them back.
Just tap them around a little bit. Yep.
Get them to the back 8. Just not going to hit your way to a steal here. You either need to have some guards or leave some litter in the back of the rings. Gonna jam one. Gonna spin another one on though. So two yellow stones on the rings for Cape Cod. Trevor won't leave them laying around.
Chris Wishart now will look to clean some of these yellow rocks up here. It's going to get a little hit and roll to the center here.
Provides a little backing for a shot stone.
Yeah, just tapping these back is not a bad idea here. Little raise, okay.
There we go.
You got her.
Stay frozen right on the top one. Push the one on the back four to the back of the rings.
Mark Boardman looking to just move these blue rocks around a little bit and give Cape Cod some backing here. Boy, that rock is really going sideways. Holy smokes. It's going to miss the rocks. However, it's in play.
And
not in a bad spot.
And left it above anyway.
Yeah, not in a bad spot.
It's got to go.
No. Here's a dirty shot for you. Hit that one just off nose and double them out and flop it right over and sit three Christmas tree.
And you could just sit fully guarded. You could double those yellows off and sit fully guarded. Don't want to hit her high.
No, it's coming. Well, it may run it into the
Gonna
blues.
jam one in. Gets the yellow out of play. Cape Cod may be now second stone in the back. Now you could set up a bigger end by locking a freeze on here.
A little light there from Mark. And that's not quite what they had in mind there.
No, it had to be there.
Yeah.
Throwing a freeze, you can't, got to be there. Now a chance for Emma to get behind.
Plenty of weight.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Not much change in the opportunity there.
It didn't change much. Now
Nope.
Cape Cod's got to get one on top.
Pivotal shot here in the seventh end for Cape Cod in desperate need of points.
They need at least two here to keep this game within reach. Down four with this end and one more to play. Are they going to get this by?
I don't know. Yes, they are, but barely. Oh, goodness gracious. Just got by. And
Overswept it. Needed to come up after they got by.
wound up shot rock, however.
They rolled it back for a pocket.
Yep. Nice little soft takeout shot coming here from Emma.
Really just want to throw a little champ and roll to the middle, just even back 8 weight here.
You noticed Emma curling yesterday and today. She puts a real positive handle on the stone when she's throwing. She's got a good looking shot coming here too.
It's hooking hard.
It's definitely going to move the yellow rock.
This is going to be a perfect shot. It's going to roll right.
Flop it right on. What a gorgeous curling shot. That was a money shot in curling.
Nice soft weight. Good example of why you don't need to kill those rocks to get to the right spot. Just throw a nice half weight. Keep your shooter around.
I think this is a good idea for Mark to get rid of this.
Yeah, he's got a couple players in the rings now. He's got some yellow rocks in the rings, but there's no way he's moving those stones unless he can throw some weight at them.
Yep. You know,
Okay.
if you hit a third of this rock, you're going to get them both too, and sit two. Got to go really hard. Got to go really, really hard. Getting it out of the way is good.
They just need to peel this thing.
Yeah, good shot from Dana.
Yeah, we've got our first final. Make it on sheet 4. Norfolk 1 has prevailed over Philly 4. They win the C event. A medal event here in the Kayser Bonspiel.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Norfolk.
Never a bad thing when you're skipping to throw guards.
That lose the handle too?
Well, you know your team is playing well in front of you.
That's for sure.
Not much risk here, up 4. Go ahead and throw a guard here, put some pressure on the
He's
opposition.
coming right to his own rocks here.
Gonna have 3 frozen on the button.
Oh boy.
Good luck moving those bad boys. Gonna have to come with some weight
Yeah,
here.
you got to cross the face. Got to cross the face on the right.
He's gonna lose his yellow probably.
I don't know. I think it's going to bounce the second rock right into its own and skitter over the top of it if he hits it with enough weight. But he's got to cross the face a little.
And it's gonna go right on. If you look at the
Point that
at the
right.
angle here, this stone is probably going right on the yellow.
Yeah.
Gonna go out this way, and I think this is gonna get pushed back. The good news is it may get saved on the back yellow.
Yeah, you got to get 2 of these blues out of here.
You gotta move some blues. If you
Boom,
hit
boom.
this on a little high side, this one goes.
Yep. The second rock might wind up right
This
on
one
top
goes
of the
this
yellow one.
way,
Yep.
and that one goes. And if you're lucky, this one will jam in the back. That's what you're hoping. Want to save at least 1 yellow here.
And Mark Wilson, skip of Cape Cod Curling Club.
Need to bring all the power you got here, Scotty.
Yep.
Hung her a bit.
It's going to make contact, though. Going to chip the top one out.
It's going to jiggle things around.
Actually, got everything away from the button, but
Pretty good, actually.
yep.
This rock on the 4-foot is going to be hard to remove, though. Can't keep your shooter and get rid of that one.
Yeah, and you can't come from the center to get it off the other one. You got to come the other way,
Yeah, you
which
want to
jeopardizes your shooter.
bring that one in play, but that's going to be really tough. If you hit this one on the low side, you lose your shooter. This one might go far enough. This one will go for sure. But the question is, that's just 1.
Yeah.
You really want to get a deuce here. Plus, Trevor's probably not going to help you with this shot here.
Could wind up sitting 1, 2, and 3 here.
He's not going to be cooperative at all. Put this right on the top 4 would make life pretty miserable.
A little heavy. This is going right through the park. Okay, now the question is, how do we get 2 if you're Cape Cod? I don't see it.
I don't see a deuce. Looking at a single.
Yep.
You can't remove that rock on the 4-foot without losing your shooter. It's just not happening. So the problem is this rock here. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, unless you can come at it from the side that Mark's standing on, but however, you don't keep your shooter.
You lose your shooter that way too. Just don't see it. Yeah, the other bad news is if you hammer this thing on the high side, you're dragging this rock into your back.
It's one at best. So you pick out how you get your one here. Do you just draw for your one?
Yeah, I think you just play the single. Draw for your single.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing. They're just going to draw for the single.
Yep.
Didn't get left with any options.
No, the way that hit wound up, it kind of kept those rocks stacked on each other, which made it real difficult to get either one of them out of there.
Needed a little separation to have a chance of getting rid of both. Got a little unlucky with the roll on those blue rocks.
So Mark Wilson drawing for his one here in the 7th end. Going to scramble all game long for Cape Cod. It looks light to me, but I don't know. From here, I thought he would just dropped it, but can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. I thought it was light out of his hand, and in fact it was. He's going to drop a deuce here. And that may be the shooting match. I'm feeling like we're gonna
steal a 2.
9-3. And we're shaking hands here. Nice gesture on behalf of Mark Wilson. Congratulations to Triangle 4 Curling Club. They are the 2018 Kayser champions. Trevor Gow, Emma Kwiatkowski, Chris Wishart, and Leah Ankowitz. Congrats. Congratulations to Cape Cod, runner-up. Mark Wilson, Dana Gerlach, Mark Boardman, and Francesca Delafemin. Quite an honor to win this Bonspiel.
Yeah, looking around our sheets. Let's give you an update on the other scores. On sheet 1, Utica 3, Philly 3, all knotted up at 6 after 6 ends. On sheet 2, Broomstones 4 leads Triangle 1 6-3. Playing in the 7th. Looks like we have a final on sheet 5. Potomac 3 has emerged victorious over Triangle 2 for the D event. And on sheet 6, Long Island leads 5-4 over Rochester 2. Please check out our live draw board to see all the results. We're a final here. Triangle 4 winning 9-3 over Cape Cod 1 and our Kayser final for 2018. We'll be back on the air for the Bonspiel next week. Sometime.
No, we got the
the college Bonspiel. Sorry,
Bonspiel,
2 weeks. We got 2 weeks ahead.
Yep.
So college Bonspiel this weekend. So
I hope to be here with you for that.
Yeah.
For the well, I don't know. The college kids may have their own. They don't have their own announcers for that. Well, good. If there's a spot for me, I'd love to join you, Roger.
Yep. So join us next weekend for the college Bonspiel, and the weekend after that for the Bonspiel. Lots of curling action going on here at the Utica Curling Club.
Safe travels, everybody. Thanks for being with us today.
Roger Lett, and for Dave Cragnolan, have a great weekend.